Here we have a 2012 Nissan GT-R. Now this one's a premium trim level, at least it used to be before it was basically customized. Gun metallic paint, then we have black leather Alcantara interior. Powertrain consists of a 3.8 liter twin turbocharged V6 mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. We do have up to 1,300 horsepower on this one in particular because it is professionally tuned now. Front end here, we do get high intensity discharge headlamps, LED daytime running lights, and really just love the GT-R. It's one of my favorite cars, honestly. Just always a fun time with these. And down here, these are gonna be 18-inch aluminum wheels. We get passive keyless entry on the front. Well, on the doors, there's just the front, but rear window lockouts here, power door lock controls. You do get one-touch up and down windows. There's a handle there. Bose sound system. I like the side pockets here. And then our power mirror controls are here, and we can fold those in. Trunk release, hood release there. And then we do have a manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. But here's the driver's seat. Now you can hit this button here, and we can actually move the seat bottom up or down in the front, and then 2 stages of heat on either seat there. And then we also can use the power tilt on the seat rest there. Now I want to give a huge thanks to Auto Collections of Murfreesboro and Auto Pro Nashville for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description, but if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that third link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information. I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever pre-owned vehicle you might be interested in. But look at these freaking exhaust tips, man. Huge. Just ginormous. It looks like we have a little weight reduction there. I'm kind of scared to drive this thing, honestly. But parachute on the back too. And then here's the front passenger seat. Again, you have that same adjustability, moving the seat back there. And I mean, this one was definitely built out. We have a roll cage in the back, bottle holder. I mean, if you want to take that out, you can use the back seats for your car seats or whatever, but can't really get back there right now. And then down here, we do have a lockable glove compartment, so you can just open that up. Now we do have PPF on the front here. You can kind of see the lines there, go all the way up to the hood there. But let's pop this open. So there's a 3.8 liter twin turbo V6. And then before we hop in the driver's seat, I'm just gonna show off the blinkers. Let's go ahead and get in here. So leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn. Over here to the radio, we have the navigation system. Now this is touchscreen, which is nice to have here. And there's just a bunch that you can really check out here in terms of the different views you have. Because this is pretty much a race car, so keep an eye on everything here if you want to. It's just, it's crazy. And info is here. You can see fuel settings and so on and so forth, and your navigation settings if you want to adjust that. And then for the audio, you do get AM, FM, satellite, then you have a CD drive, or you can use Bluetooth and an aux input if you want to do that. And down here we have the climate controls themselves, dual zone, adjust fan speed here. Then we can push this on or off to adjust the air. And your auto mode there. And then your settings here for the suspension and everything else. I don't even know if all this works. Your all-wheel drive, so on and so forth. Then your hazards, CD drive. A lot of the times when you get these built cars, there's just so much that's been modified. It's just crazy. But to put it in gear, push this in, reverse, neutral, then you have auto, manual there. And then you can use the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel for that manual mode. Parking brake, bottle holders, center console cubby space. There's your USB-A port. And then you have a 12 volt right there. So I'm thinking this only has a USB, and that's what the aux is, because I don't see an aux input here, but there's your 12 volt if you ever want to use that there. It's nice to have two of them. This one, we probably all know this is for your radar detector to have up here. Now backup cameras here. Can't really see much out of there with the parachute, but garage door transmitter. You do get a sunglasses holder, which is nice. And then your lights. And there's a look at the what used to be the back seat. And then your vanity mirror. Now your trip meter's over here. You can adjust that. Brightness for the screens there. And then if you hit this button over here, this will change what's shown, I guess, in the bottom part of the gauge cluster there. And you can adjust some of that in here. Speaking of which, if you go over here to the others, change your language, units of measurement, right in here. And I like Nissan's touchscreen from 2012. It was actually pretty usable, I think. Very practical in that sense. Now headlamp controls are here. You can set that to auto or turn them off. High beams are here. And then right side stalk, you have one time off, intermittent low, high for the windshield wipers. You can adjust that intermittent time there. Pull up for the fluid. And then your source for your audio, you can toggle that here. You can see in the bottom what it's going through. And then your volume can be adjusted here. You can actually seek here, which is interesting. And then voice recognition, Bluetooth button there. Your cruise control, turn that on or off, cancel, set your speed, resume or accelerate. And then this mark and the stop button, I'm assuming is if you wanted to time yourself. But yeah, this is nuts. Push button start. And then finally here's the key fob. But now for what we're actually here for, let's go ahead and take this 2012 Nissan GT-R with 1,300 horsepower out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this GT-R, very, very loud. But you know, very capable as well with this twin turbo V6. Love the sound, love the tune. It's just, GT-Rs are just fun. They always have a place in my heart. I just love driving these things. Now I have everything set at R. I'm not gonna floor this thing by any means, but I am gonna try to give it a little something. But I don't know this car. This thing is a monster with 1,300 horsepower, so I'm not gonna push my luck taking it on a test drive. Not to mention, if I were to need that parachute, I don't know how to activate it, but but I mean, this thing has a little under 50,000 miles, so I'm sure whoever had this car had a lot of fun with it. little space. Gonna slow it down just a bit. Here we go. God dog. Oh my gosh, dude. I felt like I just hit the NOS on Fast and Furious. That was freaking crazy. Oh my gosh. Wow. Now I want to give one more huge thanks to Auto Collection of Murfreesboro and Auto Pro Nashville for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that third link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever pre-owned vehicle you might be interested in. I mean, the ride quality is decent for this to be what it is. And for me to have the settings that I have them on, I have everything set to R again, so the drive mode, the suspension, the traction, all of that. But oh my gosh. I did not want to let out of that. And before I looked down, I'm thinking I'm at 70. I was like at 80. And I'm like, my goodness. And what's crazy about these GT-Rs, because they have the twin turbos there, it feels fast, but then again, it feels like you hit NOS whenever the turbos kick in, and it's freaking crazy. Absolutely nuts. And I see why whoever had this car probably had a radar detector hooked up, because it's very easy to speed in this thing just by putting your foot in it for half a second. Now with a built car like this, I always like to use the manual transmission, because the paddle shifters, because the auto mode, it ain't gonna shift right just based on how much power you have here, the shift points and whatnot. But you know, this is a built car, so the check engine lights come on, the tire pressure lights are on. That's gonna happen with a car like this, so you just have to keep that in mind and realize that this thing is still ready to do its thing. It's just not the way the factory intended it to be done. Now when it comes to being worth $100,000, I'd pay that all day if I could afford it, because these things, what's crazy is in 2009 when Nissan first came out with these, they were beasts as it was. It was crazy to have a 3.8 V6 that was, well, just a twin turbo V6 in general that was putting down these kind of numbers. But the fact that people have been able to tune these engines, they've been able to build transmissions to handle these freaking 1,200, 1,300 horsepowers. It's, you know, I wish they would bring it back. I really do. And I mean, that's one of the reasons these I've appreciated, because they're one of the most fun cars to drive. These are supercars. Say what you will, if it's a Nissan badge or whatever. Anybody who makes a car like this, that's this much fun to drive, this fast, this capable, it's a supercar. But then you start doing things like this where you're building them and doing just crazy stuff, and it's an incredible machine, an absolutely incredible machine. I think it's worth every penny. Just as an everyday race car, if you think about it. Daily driving these isn't bad because they're not overly uncomfortable. They're relatively fuel efficient if you stay out of them, which is hard to do. And you know, there's space in here if you do need to take one of your kids with you. You just can't have the roll cage like this one does. But also the way the car is geared, I feel like that's something that people don't actually realize is one of the reasons these are so well made, because the turbos help push the car, and the 6-speed, just the gears are longer so that you can actually experience that ultimate driving feel, I think. But this is such a freaking monster, man. And it's just so much fun to drive this thing. It sounds great. It's just, gosh, it's a GT-R. It's what you expect and then some for this to be tuned that the way it's been tuned. And I mean, if I could buy this car, I would. I'm not gonna lie. This is just, the experience is crazy. And yeah, Nissan did their thing here, and it was ahead of its time, man. It really was. But all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this tuned 2012 Nissan GT-R.